band here, Kitchens of Distinction. I actually got this poster from Really Good Records in Plymouth.
Oh yeah.
The guy like tore it down. They had it on the wall and gave it to me. So
Right. How long ago was that? I can't remember. Fucking long time ago.
1992, according to Wikipedia.
No, really?
Yeah.
Shit. So 30 years ago.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Wow. I'm not that old. How can it possibly be 32 years ago? Anyway, yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, so that's cool. So I'd like to maybe talk about the sort of production techniques and stuff for that album. Was like Julian Swale's guitar work, especially. Like I love the reverb and delay that he brings on that album. So ethereal, and I'm wondering if are the effects done straight direct from the pedal board, or do you add like stuff post, like after? Like do you put compressors on it and stuff like that?
Well, from memory, because of course Hugh Jones was actually producing it, so he was kind of at the helm most of the time, and I was more like sort of assistant engineer, to be quite honest. So most of that was done by Hugh. I mean, I'm sure you know of Hugh's history anyway, where what he's done before and where he's been.
I
And
did look it up. Yeah.
yeah, he's a good boy. He was missing red buses, so he had a model of a red, but no picture of a red bus on the wall in the studio because he was a Londoner through and through.
Yeah.
Um, I think the majority of the sounds on the record basically came from the floor, and it was a case of recording fairly live, because that was Hugh's thing as well, and of course that's my thing as well. So it was pretty much live performances and grabbing it as it was, and then obviously a few overdubs here and there. But yeah, it was pretty live sessions, so nothing too clever going on. I mean, I can't even remember if he mixed it now, to be honest. I mean, 32 years ago, Christ, man. You've got to remember
Yeah, I
some of it.
suppose you have to jog your memory a bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic sound. I think it's Julian Swales uses the Elise's quadriverb on it. I think that was his
I do,
signature rack effect.
I do remember there being a quadriverb there. They were quite popular at the time, and still, they've got their signature, haven't they? Those things.
I
And I
bought
see
one from
still,
eBay. Yeah, they're
yeah.
going quite
What,
cheap, aren't they? The old late '80s, early '90s of rack effects.
even the quadriverb? I thought the quadriverb was quite sought after actually. These days, trying to find one that works is probably more of an issue.
Yeah, but mine works fine in the other room. Yeah.
Right, cool.
Also got a Yamaha FX 500 and a Roland GP16 unit. And the Roland GP16 that comes with a foot controller, and
Oh God, yeah,
I've used that on stage at like the Junction in Plymouth and the
yeah.
Underground. People
That
are
was
asking me,
so,
it's a bit of a must be a bit of a nuisance, like hooking that together, but I'm okay with it.
yeah. Well, it was around the same time as what was it, the GS6 or something? Another Roland one. We've got one in the rack store. I think it's a GS something.
Hmm.
Same sort of era, Yamaha guitar. I suppose it's an early guitar modeler in a way, isn't it? Guitar amp modeler,
Yeah, it's
but
a
just a whole
digital
bunch of
effects
effects and stuff.
processor.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
GS6.
the
Yeah.
SPX 90, that's Yamaha as
Oh
well.
yeah, they
I think
were all the
that's why
rage.
the Cocteau twins used that one, apparently.
Yeah, still everybody's looking after that, trying to find that symphonic sound. And there's one of the reverbs on there as well that seems to be a bit of a favourite with people.
Would that
We've
be
still got an SPX.
the soft focus? I think on the FX 500.
Right, yeah,
I think that's
I'm not
the one that
familiar
Slow
with that one.
Dive was famous for using.
Right, of course they're out on tour again, aren't
Mm. I've seen them live a few times. Yeah.
they? Yeah, of course they rehearsed a lot here in the village where I live in Tywardreath. They hired a cottage just up the road from the pub.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Of course, they spent most of the time in the pub, of course, but like you do.
Yeah, I think Neil Halstead, the main songwriter, he lives in Newquay.
Yeah, I know Neil quite well. He's got a little studio right beside Airfield. It
Okay.
was Joe's original studio, actually. I think it's still got the Alan Heath desk in it as well. But yeah, I'm up there quite a bit, and I look after a fair bit of Neil's kit still. Do a few
Wow.
repairs for him, and I mixed
Whoa.
an
That's
album for him a few years back as well. So yeah, I know all them boys and girls.
really cool. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he went on to
Yeah,
do some more like folky stuff, didn't he, in his solo career?
yeah, yeah.
Acoustic.
But then
Mm,
yeah, so they were all up here in Time Address. No,
really
little
cool.
den of
Yeah.
iniquity in the cottage.
Small world, as they say.
Oh, absolutely. This
Yeah.
business is very,
Small
very
world.
small world. It is, and it's not fucking flat either.
No, no,
Before we
no.
get onto that one,
Oh yeah, don't know, bring out that old chestnut, do we?
oh god, man, it's still
Yeah,
going on.
crazy,
But
crazy
I don't
world.
think it is
Yeah,
crazy world.
crazy
But
thoughts. Yeah,
takes all sorts, doesn't it?
yeah. Um, yeah. One more question about this album. Do you know the songs "Gone World Gone" and "Blue Pedal" from this album?
I
Oh,
can't recall them right now. I don't think I've listened to it since I did it. I might have listened to it a couple of times, but not for a long time.
mm.
Probably from well before when you were born.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
like a year before. Yeah,
yeah, it's been pretty busy time over the last 32 years. Done an awful
yeah.
lot of records.
But
So I don't know
there's a
how much.
song. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how
No,
much
I'll
light
let
I
you
can.
go. I'll let you go.
Yeah, so I don't know how much light I can really shed on that one because I just remember the band really. Yeah, I remember it being quite an ethereal album. That
I like that.
details.
Their second album's really good as well. I got that on vinyl. Strange Free World.
Yeah, I might actually have a copy of that. Yeah,
Yeah, I love the
that
artwork.
CD version.
I always like
Yeah,
the artwork and from bands in that era seemed to be really incredible.
yeah. That's what, and well, because it was worth doing on vinyl, wasn't it? It's not quite so worth doing now on bloody MP3s, is it?
Yeah, well, I still collect CDs and stuff. I'm still very physical media
Yeah,
guy. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've
Try.
got a fucking shitload of CDs and vinyl kicking around here, but I can't say I ever have time to play them.